Build yourself quietly by these 6 ways, the power of quiet growth. Let me tell you a secret that the loudest people on the internet don't want you to hear. It's the key to all the wealth and success you actually want. The biggest lie we're fed today is that growth needs an audience, that your hustle has to be documented, that your ambition needs to be shouted into a megaphone. It's noise, it's distraction, and it's the single biggest drain on your focus and your future. The truth? The wealthiest, most accomplished, and most peaceful people in the world are the quiet builders. They're not chasing attention. They're cultivating strength in silence. They understand that the moment you make your progress a performance, you trade momentum for validation. You trade building for performing. Think about the iceberg. 90% of its mass is hidden beneath the surface. Yet, that hidden mass is what gives it its unstoppable, immense power. Your life and your personal growth should be the same way. While most people are chasing the quick fix, the viral moment, or the external applause, you should be focused on laying the silent bricks of greatness. You should be cultivating the inner disciplines that make you, quite simply, undeniable. And one day, your massive results will speak louder than anything you could ever post, tweet, or say. In this video, I'm going to show you the 6 quiet disciplines that separate the casual dreamer from the unstoppable creator of their reality. These aren't just habits. They're non-negotiable laws for building a life that truly speaks for itself. If you're tired of the noise and ready to start building something that lasts, this message is for you. So let me ask you, are you building noise, or are you building something that lasts? Section 1. The 6 disciplines of quiet self-building. This is where the real work begins. These 6 disciplines, when executed quietly and consistently, are the foundation of true wealth. The wealth of mindset, the wealth of focus, and eventually, the wealth of... We're going to dive deep into each one, exploring not just what to do, but why the silence is your greatest advantage. Discipline 1. Master your mornings quietly. The first battleground for your entire life is the first hour of your day. Every single morning is literally a vote for the kind of life you're going to live. But here's the key distinction. Most people are reactive in the morning. They grab their phone, scroll through a feed, and immediately inject the anxiety, demands, and priorities of other people into their system. They start the race 50 steps behind, already feeling pressured. Quiet builders do the opposite. They create their momentum before the world even wakes up. You don't need a 3-hour celebrity-style morning routine, and you certainly don't need to post it. You need intention. This discipline means owning the first hour. It could be 5 minutes of genuine, deep self-reflection before you touch your phone. It could be 15 minutes of planning your day's top 3 priorities, not for volume, but for impact. Or it could be simply taking a few deep breaths and using auto-suggestion to affirm the person you intend to be that day. Successful people don't wait for motivation to strike. They generate it in the quiet solitude of the dawn. They are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually wealthier because they control their startup sequence. When you control your morning, you quietly control your destiny. Don't let the world set your pace. Set your own pace and watch how your day bends to your will. What's one thing you could do tomorrow morning to set the tone for a powerful day? Discipline 2. Read and learn daily. The quiet compounding. Formal education, whether you loved it or hated it, ends in the classroom. But the education that truly matters, the one that builds fortunes and changes lives, is self-education. That's where transformation begins. This isn't about reading to impress or to participate in a social media book club. It's about reading to grow, to expand your mind beyond your current circumstances. The quiet builder understands that knowledge is the ultimate form of financial freedom. It's the invisible asset that nobody can tax or take away. Commit to reading something meaningful every single day, even if it's just 10 pages. Those 10 pages a day are 3,650 pages a year. That's roughly 18 books. That consistent learning quietly compounds into knowledge, into wisdom, and eventually into your next massive opportunity. Think of it like a wealth mindset savings account. Every page is a deposit. Now the trick is applying it. Knowledge without application is just noise. But when you internalize a great idea, test it out in your life, and use it to solve a problem, That's when you start building unshakable wealth in silence. You are literally upgrading your internal operating system, preparing for the success you haven't even encountered yet. What book, idea, or insight has quietly changed how you see life? Discipline 3. Protect your energy and focus like currency. In this modern, hyper-connected world, we have to recognize a brutal economic truth. Your focus is your most valuable currency. And distractions? They are the highest tax you pay. The quiet builder is an absolute zealot about protecting this currency. They know that a blurred focus is a broken ambition. This discipline is about saying no, firmly, unapologetically, and often. You have to guard your time and your mental space as if they were billions of dollars in a Swiss bank. Say no to the commitments that drain you. Say no to the people who consistently dump their chaos into your lap. You must deliberately surround yourself with peace and purpose, not pressure and comparison. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. Every no you give to an external distraction or a low-value activity is a quiet, powerful yes to your own deep work and your most important goals. When your energy is not fragmented, it becomes concentrated like a laser beam. And a laser beam can cut through anything. Your internal environment is the factory where your wealthy future is forged. Keep the factory clean, focused, and secure. If your energy is currency, where have you been overspending it lately? Discipline 4. Take small, consistent actions quietly. We are obsessed with the highlight reel, the instant transformation, the overnight success story. But that's just the final polished picture. The truth is that big results never come from one massive dramatic push. They come from a quiet, boring, and consistent series of tiny steps that compound relentlessly. This is the discipline of daily habits. You don't need to shout about your ambitious 5-year plan. You just need to show up for your goals every single day. Think of the compound effect in finance. A small, steady investment over 20 years yields a colossal return, far outpacing large, inconsistent, volatile investments. Your actions are the same. A tiny improvement in your business process today. One more cold call than yesterday. One less hour wasted on scrolling. These tiny, almost invisible actions, when repeated without fanfare, create massive, undeniable shifts over time. You must forget the need for temporary motivation and instead build unstoppable momentum, because momentum is self-sustaining. Momentum doesn't need applause, it doesn't need external validation, and it doesn't wait for your feeling to align. It just keeps going, carrying you right past the people who are still waiting for a big sign. What small action could you repeat every day that would change everything over time? Discipline 5. Reflect and journal. Daily to cultivate clarity. The difference between a frantic, busy life and a meaningful, impactful one is reflection. Growth without reflection is chaos. You can be running at 100 miles an hour, but if you never stop to ask yourself where you're going or why you're running, you're just creating expensive noise. The quiet builder makes time every night for a few minutes of self-reflection. And the best way to do this is through a private, non-performative journaling habit. This is your space to be brutally honest with yourself. Write down your small wins, the lessons you learned, especially from the failures, and critically, your gratitude. This isn't about achieving the perfect aesthetic journal. It's about achieving perfect awareness. When you write, you turn the messy, overwhelming, and confusing noise of the day into structured, clear, and actionable wisdom. You externalize the stress and internalize the lesson. This process provides invaluable mental focus and clarity because you are continuously auditing your actions against your ambition. You are becoming your own private, non-judgmental mentor, ensuring your trajectory is always aligned with your highest purpose. If you opened your journal tonight, what truth about your life would you write down first? Discipline 6. Surround yourself with excellence. The quiet contagion. The final discipline is perhaps the most powerful and the most often ignored in this age of solopreneurship. Excellence isn't a solo act, it's contagious. Who you spend your time with, who you listen to, and whose energy you absorb will quietly decide your standards for the rest of your life. This is the law of association, and it is ironclad. If you want to elevate your life and step into the luxury and success you envision, you absolutely must elevate your circle. Actively seek out people who challenge your limiting beliefs, who inspire you with their quiet competence, and who reflect the person you are actively becoming, not just the person you were. When you sit at a table with people who are operating at a higher level, in their business, in their relationships, in their mindset, their standard becomes the floor, not the ceiling. You don't have to announce your new peer group or boast about your connections. Silently, almost unconsciously, their powerful energy becomes yours. And without even realizing it, your entire performance, your discipline, and your outlook on what is possible start rising. The fastest way to level up your life is to immerse yourself in an environment where excellence is the minimum expectation. Who in your life inspires you to quietly raise your standards? Section 2. Conclusion. The silent revolution within. Tone shifts to inspiring, powerful, and conviction-filled. So here we stand at the end of the 6 disciplines, and the core truth remains. You don't need the world to believe in you to succeed. You only need you to believe, quietly, consistently, and every single day. Look back at these 6 pillars. 1 morning mastered. 1 book read that shifted your perspective. 1 firm boundary set to protect your focus. 1 small action repeated without applause. 1 honest reflection in your journal. 1 decision to elevate your circle. These are not small things. They are, collectively, the silent bricks of greatness. They are your own personal internal revolution. When you commit to building yourself quietly, you unlock something truly extraordinary. You stop chasing validation from external sources, and you start embodying transformation from within. The need for external applause vanishes, because your inner conviction becomes your new fuel. You become self-contained, self-governing, and self-empowered. This is the shift from being a consumer of motivational content, endlessly scrolling for a feeling, to becoming the creator of your wealthy, purposeful reality. The journey is internal, but the results are undeniably external. I'll ask you one more time. Are you ready to let your results speak for you? The life that speaks for itself. When you live by these 6 quiet disciplines, something magical happens. Your life ceases to be an explanation and becomes a demonstration. It stops being about what you say you're going to do and starts being about what you have done. You stop needing to perform and you start producing. You stop seeking approval and you start achieving mastery. And without noise, without an announcement, the world begins to notice your excellence. Success built quietly becomes absolutely undeniable. This message is not for everyone. It's only for those few who understand that true personal growth happens in the silence. If these words hit home, then you're one of us. You're a quiet builder. So take a second now. I'd love to know your commitment. Which of these 6 disciplines will you start building into your life today? Drop a comment below and let me know. If this video inspired you to step away from the noise and start your quiet build, like this video to send this message to more aspiring quiet builders. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful insights on wealth mindset, success principles, and financial freedom. And finally, share it with just one person who you know is also quietly building their future. Because one day, your silent work will speak volumes about the person you became. And when it does, the world will finally understand what you were building all along. Go build in silence. I'll see you on the next one.